Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4. We're getting our wheat sprayed here one last time with fertilize, and after that we're going to be harvesting because you can tell some of it off to the right side there is already ripe and good to go. I don't know if I'll be able to spray that or not, but we'll spray what we can. Just get an extra boost in crop there. I was a little late in spraying this time around. But without any more introductions, let me just tell you what we're doing today. So in today's video, we're going to be harvesting field number 17. As you can see, my tractor there, it's Helper D right now, and they're spraying the final fertilize in. And after that, we're probably just going to go through one sleep cycle. And in the meantime, we're going to go and get ourselves some baling equipment. So baling equipment is the big deal today. So I've got about roughly $1 million that I can spend because I don't want it to go below 1.5 million, but I'm also not going to spend $1 million into baling. That is totally uncalled for and unnecessary. So we do have this old Massey 3090, which needs a wash, and this will do pretty well for loading bales and stuff. We got our combine with a corn header on there. We'll have to swap that out for a grain header right here. There we are. And I think field 17 shouldn't be too much of a problem with one combine. So I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to go see what I want for baling equipment, and I'll be right back. So here are the primary things I'm going to be buying. And it looks like I kind of dropped below 1.5. That is not very good. But anyway, these are the forks I'm going to be using to lift up all the big squares. They go on my front loader on the tractor. And this is the baler. So there are two different options on this baler, and I just picked the one with the lowest amount of slots. I was very tempted to get a small square baler, but I figured that was not going to help me in the long run. So I might as well just go big. And I believe that one is for 200 horse. So this tractor is 190. I believe it'll handle the baler well. And then just for a trial, I leased this accumulator. So what this does, it collects 3 bales from off the back of the baler, and it should usually hitch in right down in here. This one doesn't look like it has a hitch, so this probably won't work, but I know the Krone will. The Krone baler that we have. Yeah, so an accumulator will take 3 bales, and then it'll drop them all off into one spot, which is really nice if you're trying to load it up with those forks and you want to grab 3 in a row. With the wheat field harvested, or I should say sprayed, we can now focus on planting on field 16. Again, it looks like I've dropped down quite a bit in my reserve funds, which was never the idea. So I'm about 1.488 million. So for that reason alone, I'm not going to be buying a hay wagon of any kind. I'll just use whatever trailer I have. But I am going to go and get this field planted, if it isn't already. It kind of looks like it has green dots on it, but my map showed it was not planted. So I'm going to have a closer look at that once I reach the field. But in the meantime, we're getting ready. We're probably going to sleep on this field here, and we'll get it all planted, and we can jump on with the combining. So yeah, I think we're going to be bringing the hay in with that little beaver tail for today. I think that'll have to suffice. And maybe in a different episode I can buy an actual hay wagon once we have the money for it. But for now, we just need to be happy with what we have. Well, it seemed like it only took till 5 o'clock in the evening to ripen the rest of the wheat. So I'm happy I did get it sprayed when I did. I didn't even have to wait until the next day. So we're going to bring this combine out to the field right away, and we're going to get everything else set up. So off to the right you'll see all of my wheat ready to go. My truck is getting loaded up with eggs, and we're going to get this harvest on the roll. It would be nice to have 2 combines for this, but right now we can't afford it. We need to first make another harvest, And we're slowly gaining all of our equipment here, but it's just taking a little while. Before we start, I want to enable straw swath because I want to be able to bale this time around. So you can see that in this menu here where it shows the right arrow, disable, enable, which is what I want to do. I want to be able to gather all this straw later on. And here's how you can tell. This ejection port is dumping all the straw there right now. So we'll be baling all of those swaths later. Well, we're getting a good chunk of the wheat harvest done here. It looks like we got quite a few rows. I think we're pretty close to ready to start baling. So I might get the little tractor on this wagon, and we'll get the baler on the big tractor here, the 3090, and maybe start doing some baling. Or if the little tractor can handle the baler, I can try that too. Maybe I'll start with that just for fun and see what happens. Well, the baler did not hook up to the little Ford, or sorry, Massey T20, so I guess we'll be using this little T20 or whatever you want to call it, this little baby Massey. We're going to be using this to haul the wagon for now. And it looks like my combine is just about done. See, there you go. It's just pulling out the chute right now, so that's perfect timing. And I think I'll be baling in between while we wait for the combine to fill up on the next run. That way I think we can keep both tractors busy for the most part. There we are. I have a feeling this little tractor is going to struggle once the weight gets a little much, especially going uphill. But we'll watch that a little later on. So I'm going to jump over to our 3090 and we're going to get started with baling here. So there won't be much excitement to be seen the first little while. In fact, I am going to toggle my cruise control. That way it'll drive as fast as it can. And it looks like our tractor is actually struggling to pull this, so maybe it was a bit much to expect from such a small tractor. Oh well, we'll keep going with this. Looks like it's going uphill anyway, so that might be part of the reason why it's going so slow. Once we go downhill, I'm sure that the speed will pick up. Yeah, here we go. Making a little more of a downhill there, so it's starting to pick up a little bit on speed. Did I just miss a little patch? I think it did. That's a bit of a shame. We'll do a front view. Almost not worth having a front view with all that mud caked everywhere. We might as well just have a rear view. So we almost got a bale done here. And I guess once the first bale is done, then we can stop recording the baling process, because then you've seen it. There's no point in, excuse me, there is no point in making you watch me bale 50 or 60 bales. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. So yeah, we got one of them done. It hasn't quite dropped out yet. It will after the second one finishes off or gets close to finishing. So we're looking at the bottom right hand. You can see a little triangle with some chevrons on it. That is the hay that, or sorry, straw that we're picking up. And it's at 73, 74%. So this other bale here should be just about ready to drop. Oh, come on. This is kind of, there we are. There we are. We dropped one. So that's the end of this row. I won't bore you guys too much with watching the thing bale the entire thing, but I'll see you guys on the other side. You know what is really surprising is how well this little tractor can hold its own against this tank here. So I gotta quickly go drop all this off. My combine is full again, and I did not do a very good job of hurrying up. I was actually just on the market looking for a bigger tractor to pull my baler. I think next week's episode should feature a new tractor, and I'm thinking of doing another old-fashioned one, because that's kind of the theme. You know, we're always starting out with old ones, and so I'll either do an old-fashioned one and then maybe 160 horse, or maybe I'll get a newer one. But then, ooh, shoot, that's a really bad view. Maybe I'll do a newer one, 5700 or something with 130 horse. Because I thought my tractor had a lot more power than it did. The 3090 only has 110 horsepower, I believe. So that was rather abruptly strange. I had not expected that. 110, I believe, was the horsepower on it. Started off at 88 for a 3060, and then all the way up to 3090, which had 110. That is to the best of my knowledge, anyway. In the comments below, why don't you guys write down, should I get the 5700, which is a newer style Massey combine, or sorry, Massey tractor. I don't know why I said combine, I guess because I was driving against it. Or should it go for the 160 horse right away, but then it'll be an older class? Well, that about concludes the harvesting portion. As you can see, we got tons of bales made already, and we're not quite done yet. There's quite a few rows left, and it looks like I've made my hopper wagon full. So I am going to go take the combine off to the yard. I'm going to dump the rest of it there, and we're going to unload that little tractor and trailer, or tractor and wagon as well. I do have a feeling that this harvest on field 17 was much better than the previous one where I had not fertilized at all. But we are going to take a look at those numbers. I should probably go back in my video series and see how many, I don't even know what the units are there, bushels or pounds or kilos. But anyway, whatever the units are, see how much I harvested and then make a comparison for this time. So I'm going to go dump this off, and then after that we're going to go see how many units we filled up, and I'll take a look at one of my previous videos where we did a harvest on 17, and we're going to do a comparison. No doubt I will have that somewhere in the subtext. I'm not going to take the time to do it right now. I'll do it in post edit, and then I'll let you guys know if I did better or not. Well guys, I was weak, and I had to go buy myself a loader. Don't worry, this loader was not expensive. I know we're dipping way down from where I said I want it to be. But the thing is, a guy needs a loader on the yard, and a lot. And the loader tractor that I have is busy planting field 16. So I really had no choice. I kind of had to get myself a loader. So this will be a dedicated farm loader. It'll just be out on the yard doing its thing, as far as I know anyway. Maybe in the future I'll upgrade. Don't know yet for sure, but I kind of figured this thing was cheap enough. Like, the tractor itself was about 6,000 bucks, and the forks were grand or two maybe, and then the rear weight another grand. So all in all, I don't think this thing cost $10,000. I don't know why I'm trying to justify you guys for buying it, but if it makes me feel better, right? That's all that matters. So yeah, we're gonna just take this out, and the reason why I'm taking all my chicken feed away is because I need to use this trailer. We want to do some baling here. So yeah, this is the new toy for the farm. I guess this is today's latest purchase, but no more purchasing until next episode. I can't spend more money. I'm already dipping way under, and that's not cool. But speaking of spending money, once I find out how much I've actually earned on my harvest, for next week I'm going to be getting a bigger tractor, because you guys saw how I struggled with my baling. And spoiler alert, I did lease 2 tractors, the ones that I thought that it would be. That would be the best suited for me, and one of them was a clear winner. So I did lease them. I brought them back since, so don't worry, you can't see them on my screen anywhere. But I am very excited to show you guys this for next episode, whenever that is. So this is where the tractor's been busy all this time. It's been planting. So we're planting canola here, and we are just about done. It looks like it is quickly becoming nighttime, so what we're going to do, we're going to, once this guy is finished, we're going to spend the night. We're going to sleep it off, and then in the morning we're going to go collect bales. Now there's many different ways of going about collecting bales. There's many different wagons we can use, but because we're trying to do things a little more realistically, we're going to at least do 1 or 2 loads on the truck and trailer with this tractor loading them. And I'm just doing that simply for the fact that I want to be able to show you guys a realistic gameplay. Later on, I'll probably get an auto load wagon that I'll just lease, and I'll collect the rest that way because it's quite a bit quicker. But for now, just for the sake of content, we're going to use tractor and trailer and do it the old-fashioned way. Well, it looks like the day is fast ending. Um, we got our planting all done, and we got 3 3/4 of our tipper loads, so that was a lot more than expected, which makes me very happy. We're back above 1.5 mil. Not for long, but we are currently above 1.5 mil. So that does make me quite happy. I was a little doubtful there for a bit, as you guys no doubt heard. But we're happy where we're at, and we're going to put everything to bed. We're going to go see what happens in the morning. But one of the things I do have to say is that one of these 2 tractors is going to have to retire. We can't have 3 tractors right now, and it'll also help me save money if I sell one of them. So is it going to be my 3090, or is it going to be my little Massey 35, the little gray thing there? I guess next week's or well, I say week, but yeah, next episode is going to tell you. So stay tuned for that, guys. Well, well, if it isn't a new day. We've slept very well in our British stone house, and it's just becoming morning. Sun is looking good. We've got lots and lots and lots of bales to collect. So like I said earlier, I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 loads onto my trailer, which I believe I have over in this corner. There we are. It'll just kind of give you the gist of what we're doing here. And then from there on out, I'll probably be using an auto load trailer just to speed things up. So I'm going to go get my equipment together, and we'll see you guys on the field. Alright, so we got our preliminary gear ready. We got the forks here. These are some really cool forks that are designed to pick up 3 bales in one. So this is with the claws retracted, and that's with the claws fully extended. So you pull up to the 3 bales that are up in a stack, and you go poke your bottom forks into the bottom bale, and then you poke these top ones into the rest of the bales, and then that way you can tip them over and whatever, and yeah, you don't suffer from having them all fall over. Very, very handy. Secondly, we've got what we call a bale stacker. So the way this thing works, we're gonna put it in operating position. So it's off to one side, and it's going to catch bales going along that guide rail, and it's going to make stacks of 3. And I will show you how that works in just a second here. We'll turn this thing around a little bit, and we're going to show you what we got going on. It's always better to just see it in person instead of me explaining it for an hour. I think pictures usually do more justice. Alright, so now you can see we got 1 on there. So we're going to move right along. We're going to go grab another one. Of course, this always takes him a few seconds for the bale to load in once you get there. So now you see we got 2. And let's get a 3rd one. There you can see that the bale was raised. So this one is at an angle. I don't know if it'll straighten out by itself, but let's have a look. Actually, no, it looks like it does not straighten out by itself. So let's go grab one that is a little straighter for us. And moving in. Oh, that might be a bit far. Come on. There we go. That ought to straighten it out. Alright, so there we go. We got a stack of 3. Now what we can do, we can either go back to transporting mode, which should just straighten it out, or we can unload the bales here. So it opens up the rear gate and unload bales. There, now the clamp has been removed and we can move on. Oh, I always move my loader there. So we can close back and we can continue on with stacking sets of 3. So why would we do sets of 3? Well, individually stacking bales is a lot of work. And so what we do by stacking in 3, we can get our sets of bales in stacks of 3 on the trailer using this nice fork that I got. And that really does help speed things up. And it also eliminates a lot of extra work with trying to get your bales nice and straight. Alrighty, well, we've got 6 stacks here now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and grab the very first pile. So I didn't get any counterweights for my tractor, so I'm really hoping that it can lift this. It looks like it's doing alright. So it looks like I could have done 4 bales, possibly even 5, but since that is a 3 stack counter, or a 3 count stacker, my goodness, I can't even talk. That is what we're going to be focusing on. So yes, this is rather tedious work, loading bales up on a trailer. And it's no different if it was a semi or if it was, well, truck and trailer, wagon, you name it. The operation of it is all the same. So I'm going to take my sweet time loading these all nice and pretty, and then once I feel satisfied that it's worth looking at, then I'll join you guys again. So the vegetable warehouse here has the bales for 86 bucks a piece. So I'm right over here and I'm going to tear between 10 and 11 and 7 and 8, and I'm going to go drop off my bales there just to see how much I can make. So here we go. As you can see, I did manage to get another set on there, so that should make it well worth the fuel. And we're going to go haul these off. So there's definitely many more to do, and you can see my rows are not at all straight. They're all kind of lopsided, but that is besides the point. We've got a load. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on. And it looks like my wheel loader will come in handy right about now. This is not good. Well, folks, I'll be right back. Okay, that worked horribly. My wheel loader and my tractor both couldn't lift this hay trailer, so I need to be mindful not to tip. I'm gonna have to drive real slow, seems. Okay, well, before I have more mishaps, I am just going to see you guys over at the vegetable dealer guy, whatever his name is. Okay, I think it goes without saying that one really needs to be careful when driving this trailer. It seems as though, even though I have the load on the entire trailer, it was very tippy. I guess just too high of a center of gravity. Look at that, $6,251 worth of bales. So I am going to be using the auto load wagon, and I'll be loading bales out because it's a lot quicker. So no need to show you all of the gameplay footage, but just know that I'm going to be making myself a little killing with all of my bales. That's all I'll say. Yep, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So realistically, I should be able to drive between 2 bales, and if I miss it with one wagon, it should be able to be grabbed by the second one. So I thought that maybe it would be the tractor, you know, how to have a PTO or whatever. But no, it just turns out you just need to have the right wagon, which I guess does make sense. So this is a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got 4 wagons all hooked up here. Maybe you can tell. I don't. It's wonky at best. It is very, very wonky, but we're still having fun with it. So that's what really counts here, guys. Well, the land train is ready. We've got all 4 wagons loaded up, plus 2 bales on the box, and the field is empty. So we're gonna go bring this over to the former place we brought it to. And yeah, I can't drive very fast with this thing because I jackknife all over the place. I might not tip, but this thing just jackknifes like nobody's business. So I'm gonna be taking her easy and just idling my way over. And we'll sell all these bales. So let me see, we got 4, that's 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So there should be 24 bales per wagon. 24, that's 48, that's 96. So I got 98 bales on board right now. Almost 100 bales. That is kind of cool. I could have thrown a few more on the truck, I guess, if there had been more. But we won't bother if there's no more anyway. So we gotta take this through nice and straight. I don't want anything flipping, because we all know how that goes. It's showing 96 on the wagon, that's right. If I would have looked inside my dashboard quite a while sooner, I would have seen that. But let's see how we make that corner. I might take it the long way and pull off through the right there and see if we can't make a nice wide turn and maybe dump all those at once. And we've got traffic. Well, I am so sorry, traffic, but you will just have to wait. They're honking at me. Ah, you guys don't like the farmers, even though we're bringing you everything that you need to eat. So here we go. Wow. Let's see how much we're going to earn off of this harvest here. Should bolster up our... oh, let's... There we are. It should have unloaded by itself, I would have thought. There we are. So I guess that about concludes it. So we've definitely come up a ways. We've made about 50,000, which should do us well. Don't know how well it'll do, but yikes. I need to get control of this land train here. Good thing those wagons were leased, because I'm probably not going to be doing too much more baling. Next time I might just gather it as chaff. We'll see. It was fun though. I gotta admit, it was kind of fun. And maybe next time I'll be making some silage or something. Who knows? Anyway, that should about do it for this video here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Sorry if the video was very long. I don't know yet if it'll be super long in post edit. Most likely, because we did a lot today. And we managed to bring our bank account back up where it needed to be. Very good. Thanks to everyone who watched to the end. Even those of you who only watched the first 3 minutes. You short attention span people. Stay tuned for next week when we get a new tractor. And we'll be harvesting canola, no doubt. Alright, well, if you guys are new here, consider subscribing. It's totally free. Hit that notification bell. That way you guys are always reminded whenever a new video comes out, because I do a very poor job of letting you guys know on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I do have a Twitter account which I sometimes post updates as to when videos drop. But like I said, I'm not really that good at social media, so yeah, that's why the notification bell is there. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I don't mind. I enjoy answering all of your questions and taking your comments, criticism, feedback, whatever it is. So, hopefully, you guys have a great day, and we will see you guys all in the next video.